had gotten higher and higher, but it wasn't enough. It was never enough for someone like Yumeko. She would have to raise the stakes until something she couldn't bear to part with were on the line, her pride, dignity, and her body. Kira had been seething the entire time. Thankfully, Yumeko got lucky and won the match. Sorry, I keep on thinking someone's supposed to me. Her luck ran out as Kira dragged her away into some dark, dank corner of the school. However, you know, sometimes I think you're not insane, Kira snarled. And then you go and pull shit like this. Who gambles their body over blackjack, of all things? Kawamoto. Yumeko giggled at this. Kira wished it wasn't such a pretty sound. More than anything, Kira wished she knew why she was even angry in the first place. Sorry, guys, I can't read, by the way. She should want Yumeko out of the way. She should want to see her digging a deeper pit of debt right before her eyes. So why on earth was she scolding her? Yumeko gave her that airy smile, saying, "Gambling isn't about winning or losing." "Oh, spare me the speech. I've heard it before," Kira said with a sneer. There was a pause as the two of them watched each other. At this distance, Kira could smell the cherry perfume Yumeko always wore. And she could see the flecks of madness in her eyes. Variability, insane. I don't know if I pronounced that right. God, what was Kira even doing here? You're tense, Kira. You're getting wrinkles right here. Okay. A delicate hand rose to touch Kira's forehead, only for Kira to grab her by the wrist before it could even make contact. With a vicious sneer, Kira said, "Don't fucking touch me, house pet." Yumeko smiled. Nothing ever fazed her, especially not Kira's threats. "No? Would you prefer to touch me instead?" What are y'all saying? Oh my god. Kira's heart stuttered in her chest, fuck. She tossed Yumeko's hand like it burned her. Control. She was losing control of the situation. She needed the upper hand, but how do you intimidate a mad woman who loved danger? You're playing a dangerous game, Kira murmured, as she encroached on Yumeko's space. I do enjoy risky games, Yumeko replied with a smile. Don't you, President? I enjoy winning. The sound of people walking around interrupted their little bubble of solitude. Kira glanced towards the source of the noise, but then her eyes returned to Yumeko. She realized that the other woman never looked away. Yumeko's brows furrowed ever so slightly. She looked like she wanted to touch Kira again, and Kira didn't want that. She didn't. Why would she? Because you crave control. You crave that which you have so little of, no? Yumeko asked. Kira let out a bark of laughter, asking, Did you crack open a Psychology 101? I don't need a shrink. Of all things, those words were, sorry guys, I can't read, I really can't read. On my contacts, I'm noticing that they are switched right now. Of all things, those words were what made Yumeko snap. After months of taunting and teasing and tormenting from all angles, this is what Yumeko made crack and lunge forward. She grabbed Kira by the lapels of her blazer and brought their bodies flushed against each other. Kira prided herself on her strength, but Yumeko was beyond strength. She held Kira in her grips like a woman possessed as she drawled, No, haha, you just need a good fuck. Okay. Now I can sip. Whoa, hey. There's... Oh my god. This is great so far. This is what I'm talking about. The soldiers who go there and fight on the front lines. God, it's always about a gamble with you. Kira seethed as malice dripped from her teeth. And what? You think you can give that to me? Yumiko's pupils were blown the fuck out. Yumiko's pupils are blown the fuck out. Oh. I'd gladly bet on you. Oh, I would gladly bet on it. A pause. Kira swallowed down the lump in her throat, which only tripled in size when she realized she was clinging onto Yumiko's waist. Ooh. If only her father could see her now. What's the stakes? Kira asked, her tone measured and even. What are you willing to lose? Yumiko asked in return. How could someone wear such an innocent yet slutty expression at the same time? Fine. Is this minx? If this minx wanted to play with fire, Kira would show her how easily she could burn. 50,000. 50,000 that you can make me come in 5 minutes. Okay. I'm so surprised he used the regular word. The works hung in the air above them. Oh, I missed the galaxy. I'm so sorry. I'm reading. Is that AO1? Yeah. Is my hair a wig? Go back. Oh, was my hair a wig and bet? No. It was extensions, but when I needed to do inserts, which was like the last day, so like if you saw like the behind the scenes of like when everyone was in the car and stuff, I was there that day doing inserts, and I took out my fucking braids because I couldn't stand them anymore. Renee, our beautiful makeup fucking hair person, head of hair, made a wig last minute for me to put on. I'm wearing it when in that video. Oh no, I think I have a picture on my TikTok where Renee's like sewing. I like cut pieces of my braids and I put it at the front on top, because I was just like, something needs to be consistent. Yeah. What are you reading? I'm reading a fanfic. Back to it. The words hung in the air above them like the sword of Demalcul, some horror. The silence only lingered for. I just can't pronounce things. The silence only lingered for a moment before Yumiko was shrieking with laughter. It was shrill, abrasive, and it made Kira's all the same. When exactly can't say the word. When exactly. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Is this English, or am I just not? When exactly had Yumiko pinned her against the desk? Kira only realized the position they were in when she felt her ass hit the edge of the desk. Had she been so entranced by Yumiko, she sucked into her orbit that she hadn't noticed she was being walked like a dog. Sorry, that just beat my ass reading that. No shade. I just I can't read like regular things. Last chance to back out, Kira-san. Yumiko teased. Kira's lips pulled up into a familiar sneer. I never run from a gamble. With a few taps onto her phone, Kira set a timer for 5 minutes before pocketing her phone. She was about to say something clever when Yumiko pulled her in for a bruising kiss. Let's pause for now. 1 minute. Like everything about Yumiko, there was nothing easy about this kiss. Teeth clicked initially from the sudden movements. Yumiko's mouth was hungry and her hands wandered with reckless abandon. Kira felt less like a goddess being worshipped and more like a carcass being torn into. That's crazy. You know that song that's trending from Gumball right now? It has a really good line. Oh, they're so great. My face will be too mangled to identify. Like, it's so funny. My carcass will be too mangled to identify. Do you guys know about, like, those murder composites? I won't get into that, actually. And don't search those. You're not gonna feel good about seeing those. Anyway. Yumeko never followed her like the sheep at this school. She was always the wolf, lingering at the fringes of Kira's herd as she eventually closed in, licking her fangs as she came in for the kill. Kira kissed back with as much a passant as she could muster. She hid her desperation behind a veneer of fury. I was about to say furry. As she had always done. Yumeko kissed her until Kira's head spun and her body buzzed with delight. Unfortunately for Kira, the woman currently about to ravish her was a force of nature, an inferno of passion that trained her sights on just Kira. Sorry, I am thinking about parasocial relationships right now. Because, like, no, fury, not furry. Because y'all be reading this shit and then look back at the bitches and being like, yeah. I find that fascinating. But I know you guys know the real truth. What are we reading? We're reading Love on the Game. Love of the Game. Love of the Game. Love of the Game. Love of the Game. Where's my top from? It's from a thrift store whore. You can't get this shit, bitch. With so much love. Part of Kira wanted Yumeko to blaze right through her, yet she felt like she was drowning in the pleasure Yumeko gave her now. She had never felt this way before, not from just a single kiss. Maybe not ever. She's gay. Fuck, it's not meant to feel like this. You're wasting time, Kira rasped out. It came out more like a whine than anything else. She was desperate to gain a semblance of control, as it quickly spiraled out of her hands. Yumeko giggles spilled out of her like milk boiling over. It was wrong, completely wrong. Yet Kira could feel how was with Yumeko between her, the things he used to walk. On the contrary, she murmured, nothing of this is wasteful. Okay. With that, Yumeko reached forward and tore open Kira's shirt as the buttons went flying! Like, I know they didn't. I don't know. I've never done it. Yumeko didn't even have to complain as Yumeko's mouth left kisses along her chest. Judging by how hard the woman... Yumeko was leaving marks across Kira's chest. Just her chest. No more visible. Fair. For some reason, it's infuriating. Okay. Kira barely suppressed a squeal when Yumeko shoved her down onto the table. She was sprawled out like the stupidly... Sorry. Is this a student council office? She was sprawled out on this stupidly large desk. She was sprawled out on this stupidly large desk. Like, I had to point out, this is a stupidly large desk. I'm gonna kill myself. No. I need to stop saying that. I need to figure out other vocal stems. What is this? Live on my what? Eve, I'm gonna story your live on IG later. Remember this. Is that a threat? Fuck. No desk. A stupidly large desk. Teach me English. Hi, hello, bye. Where the fuck was I? Stupidly large desk. She was sprawled out on this stupidly large desk like a fucking turtle. What? She was sprawled out on this stupidly large desk like a fucking turtle. I have to screenshot that and send it to Clara. Because what the fuck does that mean? Who puts a fucking turtle in the middle of a fucking desk that is stupidly large? I'm just thinking about a turtle on the desk. Like, is this how we freak? Is the author here? Is this how we freak? I couldn't express to you what the literary term is because I forgot all that shit in grade 8. Is it a metaphor, I guess? Everyone's commenting turtles. Because to me, you know, if I'm gonna envision in my head a bitch is a fucking on a stupidly large desk, I would never... A turtle wouldn't be a simile. Thank you. Y'all are in school. I haven't been there for years. If I'm envisioning somebody doing what humans can do, when the fuck does a turtle come into this? When the fuck do those slow motherfuckers get into this shit? What are we getting at? Yeah, so I'm just gonna write this fanfic. She was sprawled out like a lion, like sprawled out like what? Turtle. What? Like, I don't know. But like, hey, this is why we're creative. Everybody's so creative. You got me gagged. This is the best line I've ever read. Yeah, this is great. That's very good. I love that. So let's read it one more time and continue. She was sprawled out on this stupidly large desk like a fucking turtle as Yumeko loomed overhead. Clip that. And only post that. Don't post anything else from this live. Just that, please. Thank you. It wasn't exactly a romantic setting, but Kira was dripping all this. The bet, the timer. Right. God. It was getting so hard to think now. Kira wore a sadistic smirk as she breathed out, "Fuck, Yumeko. You're making this the easiest 50 bands I ever..." Dash. Yumeko ripped Kira's stockings to absolute shreds. Like, what? She couldn't even think about their erotic sounds of her shredding clothes. Okay. The fucking gall. Much better. The worst part was that Kira didn't even have a chance to rage at Yumeko. Instead, I would be so fucking pissed. Fuck you fucking up my clothes for. Instead, she would let out an obscene wail of pleasure as Yumeko began placing... I don't know how to word that. Placing kisses... Yeah. The tiny bit of friction was enough to send Kira spiraling once more. She's horribly... Yeah. And she was sure Yumeko could... She was sure Yumeko could... I don't know how. Anyway, I don't know how to paraphrase that into something. Taste something. And I'll leave that at that. Stop stalling and do that already, Kira snarled. Yumeko grinned up at her, eyes alight with joy as she murmured, patience. Yet again, Kira was silenced by the sight of Yumeko doing something. Her chest heaved now. Her skirt was bunched around her waist, and she couldn't look away from Yumeko. Alarm bells were ringing in Kira's head. Yumeko was taking her sweet fucking time, even with 50,000 on the line. Did she want to be a house pet forever? Did she even care about this bet? This is fucking ridiculous. Yumeko cut her off, asking, can't handle it? Waving your surrender already? Kira let out a huff. In your dreams. I just want you to stop teasing me already. Oh my god. Points. You get points for that. I'm just thinking about... Wouldn't that hurt? Points. Points. You get points. I'm proud of you. Turtle knows what she's doing. Actually, that probably wouldn't hurt. I think I'd just be pissed off if a man did that to me. Because I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? But I could see how a girl would have that under control. Anyways, and she sees stars. Beg for it. The nerve of this bitch. Fuck you, Kira snarled out. I will. Yumeko promised as she pressed her cheek against Kira's thigh. If you beg me like a good girl. Oh. It was like a switch had been flipped inside of her. That tiny moment of praise was enough to make Kira's bucket, aching to hear more praise, eager to please. Part of her, the sane part, wanted to fight against Yumeko's humiliating demands. She wanted to give up and leave, furious for even entertaining this. That was until she watches Yumeko's tongue... Yeah. Her resolve crumbled. Please. Kira whimpered out. Tears of shame. Oh, and pleasure welling up in her eyes. Oh my god. Okay. Yumeko's grin grew. You can do better than that. And then there is Russian.
Трахни меня.
That's for my Russian people. You only get that. Or my Ukrainians who can speak Russian. Did anyone hear that and understand that? I can do it again. I can do it again if you didn't hear that. I can do it again if you didn't hear that. I'll turn up my volume all the way.
Fuck me.
Oh! Never doing that again. Okay. Where was I? Oh my god. Okay, with a devilish smile, Yumeko also tore off Kira's... Yeah. We're using vulgar words to reference the female... Does someone say, Eve, my dad is here? Why are you watching this with your dad? Like, why? Bitch, go in the basement. Go outside. Like, what are you... what are you doing? Why would you watch this when your dad's around? I don't know. I don't know. I'm with my mom. Guys, what is your issue? Oh my god. Yeah, go to the basement. Lock yourself in. Anyway, nurse the iPad kids out again. Guys, I learned scripts on here. It's very handy. Okay, she tore off Kira's, whatever, and there was something laid before her. She was absolutely through. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely pathetic, Yumeko would surely. Good girl. Yuriko stifled a scream as Yumeko... I'm about to dive in. This woman was insane. She munched like a demon. Like a woman possessed. Kira had never... I keep on thinking of getting a text. Kira had never let anyone, do that with such hunger. Ferocious, insatiable hunger. It was all Kira could do to hold on to... I can't believe I pressed the wrong translation. It was all Kira could do to hold on to the table for dear life. Into that, it was a stupidly large one. She could merely lay there as Yumeko's magical boosh turned her into a pool of boneless meat. Slick and boneless meat. I'm seeing what you're into right now, Miss Wise Turtle Dove, or whatever the fuck your username is. It's very apparent. Good for you. Good for you. I'm not traumatizing myself, guys. Like, this is still, like, in comparison to what I've been privy to over the course of the past over 10 years. Going on 15, actually. Anyway, she had no idea when she moved her hands from the desk to Yumeko's hair. Oh, she had no idea when she moved her hands from the desk to Yumeko's hair. She's pulling out her tracks. All she knew was that Yumeko's hair was wonderfully heavy and thick, as she practically... And that is that. Oh god. Fuck, Yumeko. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Kira asked, white-lining the edge of her vision. Yumeko didn't answer. She didn't even look up from her position. Kira's... Oh. Between... And, that Billie Eilish song about lunch. The noises she was making were obscene, and... and it made Kira's heart shudder. Fuck, the timer! The bet! God! How did Kira forget the whole point of this? Oh, fuck me. With shaky hands, Kira fished for her phone out of her pocket. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Some people are still talking about the turtle. Where did turtles and smut goat. Like, they don't go hand in hand. Get the turtle out of it. That's sexual assault to the turtle. I should shut the fuck up. I should try that one day. 30 seconds. She had to endure the monstrous, I'm not even, for 30 seconds more. But as she felt the flat of Yumiko's dragging, she honestly wasn't sure that she could endure even that much longer. Worst of all, sorry, I don't know if someone sent me to or not. Worst of all, Yumiko looked so beautiful like this. I can't say that. What? You girls doing everything to not get banned on TikTok. That's okay. It's TikTok is not gonna be here. It's not gonna be probably not here next year. Depending on my other project. If I should keep it. How long was the memory of this going to haunt Kira? Despite her usual cool and controlled demeanor, Kira was reduced to a whimpering mess on the fucking desk. The stupidly large desk. All because of Yumiko, the bane of her existence since their worlds collided. Kira hated how weak and needy she sounded as she I can't pronounce that word, I'm sorry. Beneath Yumiko. She hated that she gripped onto Yumiko's hands as the other woman held her down her hips. She hated that Yumiko held her hands the moment her fingers touched. Who holds hands when being Billie Eilish song? Why was she even mewling like a needy whore when this should be beneath her? And yet, that's all she could do. Yumiko did something else to her. While doing that, Kira knew she was going to break. 5 seconds. Fuck! Yumiko cried out hysterically. Kira cried out hysterically as the timer ticked down. No. The timer went off and she had never heard a sweeter sound. She had never been happier to win a gamble. Truly, she let out a shriek of laughter as a tear rolled down her cheek. Victory never tasted sweeter. And to her utter surprise... What are we saying? Oh, I love you so much. And to her utter surprise, Yumiko didn't stop. Oh. She didn't even pull her mouth away. No. Instead, she releases that and with a pop and a smile. Breathlessly and grinning, Kira said, "You lost, Kawamoto. Once a house pet, always a..." Yumiko plunges her fingers. Oh. Oh. Ow! Ow. Ooh. Ow. For me, ow. Points. She's still smiling like a mad woman as crooked fingers pause. There's barely anything left, but pause. Crooked fingers. What made you think that? Oh my god, here we go. Sorry, it said I was doing nothing, apparently. Crooked fingers. I just don't know what made you think she has crooked fingers. Is it crooked as in the sense of just like they're evil, like they're crooked, like they're, you know, like there's something off about her? Like a crook, like corrupt? Crooked fingers. Yeah. God, she was making such a mess. Because I shouldn't. Okay. What are you doing? Kira shrieked. Yumiko let out a crazed laugh as she didn't stop. I lost. How wonderful. Oh. Y'all are corrupt. Good points. Kira saw nothing but joy in Yumiko's face. She lost the bet and $50,000. She was likely doomed to being a house pet forever. And she was happy about it. Kira had no time to process this woman's crazy rantings because something terrible loomed overhead. What was surely the most intense Kira ever had? The tables had turned, and now Kira was babbling and begging and... No, I'm gonna... If you, Yumiko shushed her and murmured back, "Take your prize. So good, so strong. Look at how well you're... Kira. You've won." When Kira felt she was already gone. And briefly she thought she heard a scream. It might have been her. As she drifted on cloud nine, she knew that this was the closest she'll ever come to heaven, and it's because of Yumiko fucking Kawamoto. The minutes after that, there was it was a blur. All she knew was that when she came to Yumiko, sorry, am I dyslexic? All she knew that was when she... Okay, they want to go sit on the couch, because I don't know why I can't. Where did the couch come from? It's literally a line. Kira couldn't give a fuck at this point. Wait, okay. Yumiko had somehow scooped her up and draped Kira onto her lap as they sat on the couch. Where did the couch come from? Kira couldn't give a fuck at this point. She had no idea things like that could happen, and they could be that good. She had more pressing matters to attend to, such as the sight of Yumiko... okay, I can't say that. Like, it was, okay. That's so funny. Points. God, I love gambling. Yumiko said with a blissful expression. Oh my god, did I... Kira trailed off, horrified as she stared at Yumiko's face. I can't say that whole line. Kira knew that this was the closest she'll ever get to falling in love. Love was in the cards for people in her bloodline, but Yumiko was definitely pushing that envelope. She always did, didn't she? In a moment of vulgarity and passion. Kira kissed her. I can't. They kissed, okay? Oh, why did Yumeko look so perfect wearing Kira's smudged lipstick? Trying to regain her footing, Kira asks. There are already more than 50,000 in debt. You really want to gamble your life away just to make... Again? I never said anything about making a bet, Yumeko murmured with a tilted head. But if you're offering... Kira's heart stopped. 100,000 cents, you can't make me, more than 7 times in the next hour. Oh my god. Yumeko quirked her eyebrow. 7 is specific. Kira shrugged. I'm feeling biblical. Oh. Instead of looking daunted, Yumeko looked an awful lot like the cat that caught the canary. And the longer Kira looked at the predatory grin on Yumeko's face, and the more Kira felt like the witless prey. Did I say that right? Why did it feel like she was being lured effortlessly into a trap? I think I'll take that wager, Yumeko said with a malicious smile. As Kira